The morning sun barely crested Black Ridge when I stood barefoot on my porch, flannel pajamas clinging to my skin, cradling a coffee mug emblazoned with "Private property means private." The air was crisp, the kind of quiet you only find 2 miles past the last paved road. My cabin, a hard-earned sanctuary bought outright 7 years ago, sat nestled in untamed solitude. No liens, no easements, just me, my dog, and the whisper of pine. Then, heels clicked on my gravel driveway, sharp and uninvited. A woman I'd never seen, blonde, polished, clutching a teal leather clipboard like it was a scepter, marched toward me. Without a greeting, she thrust a paper in my face. "This land's been reclassified as community recreational space by the Pine Hollow Homeowners Association," she declared, voice dripping with authority. I blinked, laughed, and accidentally spat coffee onto the porch rail. "That's cute," I said, assuming it was a prank. But she yanked a staple gun from her purse, slapped a laminated notice onto my fence post like she was claiming the frontier, and snapped, "You're in violation." With a spin, she strutted off, leaving me stunned, my dog barking once as I reread the words, "Notice of reassignment. This property now falls under shared access jurisdiction per HOA Policy Amendment 7C. I didn't even know Pine Hollow had an HOA. That was the moment my peace shattered, and a surreal suburban war began. Her name was Laura, I later learned, president of the Pine Hollow HOA, a self-styled empress of manicured lawns and imagined empires. My cabin, far beyond their cul-de-sacs, was somehow their latest conquest. I bought this place to escape city drama, to live where neighbors didn't dictate your fence height. Yet here was Laura, acting like she owned my creek, my trees, my solitude. That afternoon, I tried tracking her down, but she'd vanished like a ghost. A local postman, Gus, clued me in. "Laura's been pushing boundaries literally. The HOA's claiming land they've got no right to." County records confirmed it. 3 weeks earlier, Pine Hollow had filed a proposal to rezone nearby properties, including mine, without approval. It was a test, and I was their guinea pig. The next day, I stormed into the Pine Hollow Community Center, where retirees played poker under a banner screaming unity through order. Laura was sorting granola bars for a community cleanup that apparently included my land. I introduced myself, calm but firm, demanding to know her authority. She smirked, tossing out jargon about shared stewardship and community impact, then said, "We assumed you'd want to be part of something bigger." It wasn't ignorance. It was a cult of entitlement, armed with clipboards and fake maps showing my land as their playground. That night, I found a sign nailed to a tree inside my fence, "Future Community Trail. Keep clear." The audacity was almost admirable. Almost. I got to work. My cousin, a property lawyer named Ethan, laughed when I showed him Laura's notice. "This'll be fun," he said, already dialing the county. I documented everything: signs, dates, even the staples Laura used. If they wanted bureaucracy, I'd bury them in it. But then Laura escalated. I woke to find Pine Hollow wellness wanderers traipsing across my land, led by a guy waving a flag like he was on a safari. They apologized, claiming they thought it was a public path. I pointed to my no trespassing sign. My dog growled for emphasis. That night, I installed trail cameras and more fence posts. The HOA responded with a cease and desist letter, accusing my signs of aggressive territorial behavior. I sent back a notarized deed, a county map, and a sticky note. Nice try. Laura didn't flinch. She kept coming, each move bolder. One day, her silver SUV parked at my gate, and she emerged with 2 men in khakis, snapping photos for their community archive. I stood in my driveway, arms crossed, staring them down. Laura tried my locked gate, muttered about aggression, and left. My cameras caught it all. At the county clerk's office, a tired zoning officer named Rachel sighed. "You're the third this year. Pine Hollow thinks confidence equals ownership." She flagged my property as under dispute, ensuring any rezoning attempt would trigger a legal review. But back home, the absurdity spiked. A lawn chair appeared on my land with a sign, "Future Scenic Overlook." Camera footage showed an HOA member posing for a selfie beside it. I laminated my deed, posted it on 6-foot stakes at every entry point, and added signs, "Private property. Trespassing prohibited." 2 more cameras went up, hidden but sharp. Then, Flashlights flickered in my woods at dusk. Two figures measured something trail distances, maybe. One tripped, cursed, and limped off. I emailed the footage to Ethan. More community fun. The HOA's next letter demanded I remove my unauthorized signs, claiming they violated their shared environmental vision. I posted it online beside my response, letting the internet vote on who was crazier. Memes about Laura's land grab flooded my inbox, along with legal advice and a surveyor offering to verify my boundary for a six-pack. But Laura wasn't done. Her newsletter declared Pine Hollow had adopted my land as a recreational vision, complete with a hand-drawn map marking my cabin as a picnic shelter. It was a ploy to establish historical use for later claims. I called the county, and 2 weeks later, surveyors confirmed my boundaries with GPS precision. I handed Laura's legal liaison, a guy with a homemade badge, the results, warning that further trespassing meant lawsuits. He smirked. "Our board will review this." I replied, "So will your badge." Then, a new sign appeared, nailed to my tree. Proposed wildlife observation area. I burned it, not out of anger, but clarity. I researched electric fencing legal in my county if posted and maintained. I ordered wire, posts, and a solar energizer. When the truck arrived, the driver, Mike, grinned. "Turf war, huh?" We unloaded, and I spent 2 days installing the fence, its faint tick-tick like a heartbeat. Laura watched through binoculars, unamused. I posted yellow signs every 20 feet, electric fence. Do not touch. That night, cameras caught two figures reading a sign and retreating. Progress. The fence went viral when Pine Hollow posted a photo online, whining about paranoid landowners. Comments roasted them. "If it's not yours, don't walk on it." Laura called the fence a community hazard. I linked the county code and my survey. A local news crew filmed me beside the humming wires, my deed in hand, under the headline "Man Battles HOA with Electric Fence." The clip exploded online, earning me the nickname Fence Guy. Strangers sent custom signs. "This zap brought to you by Freedom." But Laura plotted. An HOA flyer appeared on my windshield, announcing an emergency meeting about my dangerous fence. A recording revealed Laura's community threat response plan, claiming my fence endangered kids and emitted health hazardous signals. She pushed a vote to demand I dismantle it. It passed. Then, someone cut my wire, leaving melted clippers behind. I filed a police report, added a backup energizer, and posted a sign, "Vandalism reported." Cameras rolling. The tension thickened. Neighbors picked sides, some waved, others sneered. Laura filed a county complaint, alleging my fence harmed public health and psychological well-being. A compliance officer inspected, chuckled, and said, "You're more compliant than most parks." But Laura summoned me to a crisis assembly at Pine Hollow's community center. Ethan, in his law school hoodie, came along. The room reeked of coffee and resentment. Laura's slideshow, "Protecting Our Trails," marked my fence as a dangerous precedent. Ethan countered with our slides, deeds, surveys, trespassing footage. The wire cutter video looped, drawing gasps. The sheriff, whom I'd invited, confirmed my fence's legality and announced investigations into HOA trespassing. Laura's pen tapped furiously as her board crumbled. They voted to suspend their zoning schemes and respect private boundaries. I handed each member a cease and desist letter, notarized and ironclad, and walked out to applause. Laura was ousted as president, replaced by Tom, a no-nonsense retiree who apologized on my porch. Her house sat unsold, her reputation in tatters. I reinforced my fence, added motion lights, and posted a sign, "Private property. Deed protected. Boundaries are beautiful." It became a local landmark. But months later, voices echoed through the snow. Teenagers from the Pine Hollow Youth Nature Club were digging a fire pit just beyond my line, crossing to gather my wood. They claimed Laura had invited them. I escorted them out, added bigger signs, and found a flyer on my land. "Mountain access will return. Public land is for the people." Laura's handwriting, and signed. I built a wooden fence, cemented and tall, with a gated lock bearing my initials. Cameras stayed, wires hummed. A news column, "Private Property, Public Debate," quoted a concerned citizen with Laura's cadence. I didn't respond. The fence spoke louder. On winter mornings, I sipped coffee, watching snow pile against my posts. No footprints crossed the line. The boundary held, not because it shocked, but because the truth had won for now. Laura's shadow lingered, but my land was mine, stitched with wire and justice, a testament to what happens when you dare to stand firm.